Well, let's go ahead and jump into our main topic, which is age gap relationships. So,
dun, dun, dun.
So I know we have all had age gap relationships.
We all have not.
Well, I'm saying whether it's like 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, it's still an age gap.
Well, the definition of an age gap relationship, though, is age gap relationships are romantic relationships where the partners have to be more than a 10-year age difference, which is also the definition of a cougar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've never dated anyone 10 years older or 10 years younger than
I've
me.
talked to guys that are 10 years younger than me.
I've talked to them, but it probably never got past like the first 2 dates.
Yeah, I've talked to a few of them, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Never been with one. How about you, Aunt Tonie?
I know you wanna get away, and you need time to yourself. Feeling so overwhelmed with problems, seems like nothing can solve it. Know you need a mental break. Well, come on and pull up a chair and have some fun with a couple friends just like you. Oh, this is Aunties and Mimosas. If you come in a little closer, you'll see we live life like we're supposed to. So come on in and join the fun.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of
Aunties and Mimosas.
I'm your girl, Dr. Shark.
And I'm your girl, Miss Lady.
And y'all, we got a great auntie here today.
Woo, level up, level up, level up.
Yes. So we got none other than our momager, our manager, Miss
Superstar.
Lady's mom, the superstar of the show, Miss Natanya. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Don't be trying to get all cute now.
Thank you.
Thank you. She know better. Well, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks.
All right.
So we're going to dive on into our drink of the week.
Yes.
And the
I'm
drink
ready.
of the week this week, and baby, let me tell y'all, I was pouring it up. I said, whoo, that's liquor.
That's liquor.
That is liquor. It was liquor in there.
We're ready though.
But we ready for it. So we made an old-fashioned mimosa today.
Ooh.
So it was 2 ounces of bourbon, 4 dashes of bitter, a fourth of an orange, half ounce cherry juice, 3/4 ounce simple syrup, and 4 ounces of champagne. And we tried a special almond champagne today.
Ooh.
So this is a new little spin on our drink of the week. So go ahead and ring us for the champagne.
Let me let them hot ya. Yes. Here
All
we
right.
go.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
To move mine
Cheers.
over a little bit.
Cheers. All right. Ooh.
Oh, it's not as strong as I thought, but it's good.
It is good.
Ooh, that's strong. I know I ain't no drinker, but
little weak look over there. This good to
though.
me.
That's
I
good.
better
It's real
tow this
good.
up.
That's real good though.
Can y'all put this in a gallon?
Mm-mm.
I ain't
And
lying.
freeze it.
Oh, yeah.
Make some little pops out of it.
Yeah, ooh, that'd be
Good
good.
freezer pops. Okay, that's a good little drink.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I could taste a little champagne in it too.
I'll
Yeah,
taste
that
the almond
champagne
champagne
is really good.
and that whiskey.
That whiskey
Top it
top
right off.
tier. Yes. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into our icebreakers this week. You ready?
I am ready.
All right, so I'll let you do the icebreakers. Go ahead.
So icebreaker, we're gonna start with Auntie Tonie. But what we gonna call her?
I don't know what you want to be called.
Ain't Tonie is fine.
Ain't Tonie? That's what they call her.
Tony, let's go.
Yeah.
That's what they call her for real. So if you had a time machine, would you fix your past mistakes or see your future?
See my future.
Why would you see your future?
I would see my future because my mistakes define the woman that I am today. And I love who I am. The future is only to allow me the opportunity now to correct behaviors if I need to,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
or to manifest good energies in areas that I need it in so that I'm prepared for my future.
Okay.
But I don't regret my past.
Okay. Yeah, I would pick seeing my future as well too, because I already, like she said, I already lived my past. I don't want to change nothing. That's what it is. So let's go to the future. Let's see what else we got.
Yes.
I wouldn't fix all of my past mistakes, but I would want the time machine.
To go to the back.
To go back. To go to the past, because some of the past mistakes, I know I learned from them and they made me who I am. But then there are a few trigger things that I would be like, yeah, I could live my life without that.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that. Okay. What is your favorite way to relax after a long day?
Oh, wow. I love reading. Spending time with my family. I know to some people it may be hectic, but my family that I choose to share my life with, they typically bring me peace. So I definitely enjoy that. So reading, spending time with family, nice relaxing bath, and I love candles and champagne.
Okay. You're a champagne girly too.
Yes.
All right, what's yours?
Hmm.
Let me just take a sip. Because the way you said, oh my God.
A good way for me to relax is a bubble bath that Dr. Teal Cannabis Sativa. They have a what's that called? The Epsom salt and then the bubble bath. And it's real good and relaxing. But once I do that, then I'd end up wanting to play video games because I'm not a violent person in reality.
But on that game.
But on the game.
You already told you.
I'm a head buster.
Oh, you already told us you be shooting them aliens. So.
I do.
Getting them moats.
That's on Gambit. Yep, I be getting the moats. Yeah.
Okay, I would say mine is my drive home from work. Because I'm just by myself. I get to like decompress. So I just get to like review everything that, you know, happened at work from the time I got there to the time I left, you know, whatever I need to review. And then I can go on about my day. You know, I can go home, chill with my kid, do whatever. But I got to have that like alone time. I have to have that. So that's my
alone time is important. And people don't understand that because a lot of people in relationships, they tend to lose themselves and don't give themselves that peace alone. But you were a person before you got in that relationship.
Definitely.
So always make sure that you give yourself time to still be you.
I agree with that. Yes. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into Get Into Your Bag.
So our Get In Your Bag this week is a tip for people if you have the tendency to overspend. So with the way society is today, you know, Apple Pay, Google Pay, debit cards, things like that. People just swipe and don't really check what's left. And so they end up overspending. If you tend to overspend, try an all cash approach. Even if you can't do everything in cash, like maybe take out your gas, groceries, and your entertainment budget out in cash for the week. And then having the cash on hand can help you track it by physically seeing what you have left to spend and what you have already spent.
Okay. I've been doing mine because I know I be spending too much. So I have like my little notification saying, okay, this is how much you have left on your spending for, you know, whatever.
I tried doing that with one of those, like a separate account that's not the bill account, but it didn't work because then I just was swiping the other debit card.
Oh, no.
I'm just being honest.
Well, hey, I mean, you know what works for you. Yeah. So is that all that you got for us?
That is what I got for the Get In Your Bag. So try to keep on track with your cash and maybe that will help you be able to save for your future.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, so this week's Getting Your Health is going to be about pregnancy in minorities. I've been seeing so many celebrities coming out talking about they pregnant, and I've just been seeing a whole bunch of ladies. So I was like, well, let me do something about pregnancy. So did you know that Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes more than white women and American Indian and Alaskan Native women 2 to 3 times more likely than just white women. So Black women are more likely to have pregnancy complications. Yeah. Stillbirths and infant deaths, Black women are twice more likely than white women. And then Hispanic women are 3 times more likely. So we got to make sure that we are getting that proper health. I know that a lot of times, like when I was pregnant with my daughter, I had a lot of complications. I had preeclampsia after I had her. So I had heart conditions. I had to take all kind of heart medicine. And I feel like if there was actual care for me, then I wouldn't have had to go through all of that. So we have to make sure that we are going to the proper doctors. If your doctor not really listening to you, if you saying, hey, something's going on here and they not really listening to you, go find another doctor.
Not only that, it's going to be important that if you are a husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever, be an advocate for the mom. Because there's going to be some times where she can't speak for herself. So you have to make sure that you are communicating. If you can, you know this woman. Yeah. If she's in pain and she's uncomfortable, speak up on it. Because what I watch too many medical dramas, but there was a little episode on The Resident about this, and the husband kept going back and forth to the doctor, like, check on my wife. She had the baby. Everything was good. The doctor just was like overlooking it, didn't care about her. She ended up dying in the hospital after she had the baby because of a blood clot that traveled. Because if they would have when she told them she was having the pain, if they would have looked, they could have caught it. But instead it went to her heart, I think it was. And she ended up dying. But I know that is not only a show, but that's some people's reality.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I was part of that reality. Like my daughter's umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck and I was like, something is going on. They put me in a hospital room for like 12 hours. We just sitting there and they was like, we just got to monitor you. Come to find out, her umbilical cord, every time I had a contraction, it was just getting tighter and tighter. So I had to have emergency C-section to, have her. But when somebody tell you I'm hurting, 9 times out of 10, especially if they Black, they hurting because they feeling that, or minorities.
You do know that sometimes in the medical community that scientists back in the day always said that the minorities had a higher pain tolerance than white people. So they wouldn't listen to what the minorities had to say.
That's true.
And some people were trained like that are still practicing medicine today. Yeah. So they won't take what you're saying seriously. So always have a physician that you trust.
Yeah. I see it every day. You tell somebody, oh, my tooth is hurting. They try to numb you up and you're like, I still feel that. And they like, no, we did enough. No, I still feel that. Give me more. Like, I need more.
One time, I know I'm all off topic now. The doctor, when I was having my root canal before, he was like, it's because minorities, especially African Americans, they have longer roots.
And our bones are denser.
Yeah. And so they need more of the sedation or the
epinephrine
in there.
Novocaine.
Whatever. That, ma'am.
All of that. Yeah.
Yeah. We need more. Because when he did mine, I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was real good.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about also a lot of African American women and Hispanic women, we tend to bring income into the household. So, we're trying to work throughout the pregnancy and rush back to work, even though, most companies offer, maternity leave. You're not typically always paid at 100% of your wages, and you need that income coming into the house. So it's also important for us to educate ourselves and be aware of all the benefits that are out there to support us during the time. And also, although if your maternity leave exhausts, there are additional benefits that are available to you if you can't go back to work if you're still having complications. So I think it's important for society to know those things as well.
Yes, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into our main topic, which is age gap relationships. So,
Dun, dun, dun.
So I know we have all had age gap relationships.
We all have not.
Well, I'm saying whether it's like 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, it's still an age gap. Like,
Well, the definition of an age gap relationship, though, is age gap relationships are romantic relationships where the partners have to be more than a 10-year age difference, which is also the definition of a cougar.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've never dated anyone 10 years older or 10 years younger than
I've
me.
talked to guys that are 10 years younger than me.
I've talked to them, but it probably never got past like the first 2 dates.
Yeah, I've talked to a few of them, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Never been with one. How about you, Aunt Tonie?
Well, in my life now seems like most guys that approach me are 10 years younger than I. I haven't dated them, but that seems to be the type of gentleman that's attracted to me at this age. But I dated and also married a man that was 10 years older than I.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Well, what do you guys think about society's view on age gap relationships? Why are age gap relationships seen as taboo?
For me, going through the experience, my ex-husband, of course, he was older than I. When you're dating, although in the midst of the relationship, you're so happy and in love, and you're not actually seeing things as open as you probably would as you mature in life. They talk about relationships growing apart. Although you are dating someone that's older than you, if you don't, every relationship, I'm not going to say it's going to grow apart, because sometimes the woman, if the younger party will be growing as well as the older party. But some men or some women are stuck in that age. So they're getting in a relationship with a younger woman and they're already at their high peak.
Yeah.
And this person, male or female, is continuing to grow. So I think that's what happens. You kind of grow apart because you're growing into who your identity is. And as a younger person, you don't always know who that person is.
I think it's a little taboo because you're looking at, okay, the guy's older or the woman's older and this person's younger, depending on the age group.
How far the age
I saw
gap?
a lady on Facebook. She was like, "Oh, I'm 26 and my boyfriend's 16."
Ma'am,
you are
that's
pedophile.
statutory rape.
You are pedophile.
At this point.
You like little kids like that.
Yeah.
That's different.
His frontal lobe ain't even fully developed. Like,
versus a man who's 40 and he's talking to like a
30-year-old.
Yeah, like a 30-year-old or 25-year-old, whatever. That's
40 and 25 is kind of big, though.
it is big, but she's still grown.
Yes, she's grown, so legally, but life experience wise, this man done probably ran circles around her.
He old enough to be her daddy.
I
know, but I'm just saying versus, that versus 26 and 16, like.
Yeah, that's when the legality and comes in when they're minors. So we should. Okay, well, let's see. From y'all's perspective, what is considered too large of an age gap? More than 10 years, or is 10 years too much?
I think 10 years is like, if you're gonna do it, 10 years should be like the max, because you're just. It's just a whole different age gap. You've had too much. You had a whole decade of life before that, versus that person.
Yeah.
So I think 10 years should be like the cap.
If y'all are 10 years apart and when you were 21, they were 11.
So your things, you might like Biggie, and I like I don't know who somebody new is right now. I don't know,
Lil Baby.
Oh, yeah. And I'm over here, little baby. You like, who is that? What? Who is it? What does he even say? You know, so
Right.
But I like Lil Baby.
I'm not. Look, I went to a Lil Baby concert last year. I like Biggie and Lil Baby, so I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle. I can do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they wouldn't get it. They'd be like, what is all this hippity hop rap?
Hippity hop.
Yeah, you'd be like, well, that's such and such, you know?
Well, I would say from my perspective, it's going to be their maturity level.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, I don't think is for me, you know, people, women or men that are dating, they're in their mid to late 20s, 30 on up, and they're dating someone in high school or someone 18 or 19 years old. I think maturity level at that age, you know, that person hasn't identified to who they are at that time. As we continue to mature in life, and, you know, someone who could be 65, they could meet a 45-year-old and they have a lot in common, you know.
From 60, true.
So I don't feel that it's an age gap, that a certain number. I feel it's a maturity level. And we have to be honest. Young girls, you know, give that young lady, or in that case, you were talking about the other lady dating that young man, give them the opportunity to grow and identify to who they are. And if, as they continue to mature and you guys get together, then it'll be a better relationship. And they wouldn't be sacrificing themselves. I mean, when I got divorced, I was like, what color do I like?
Sparkles.
Oh, sparkles.
Everything
sparkles. You know, you're learning different things. So give them the opportunity to grow.
Okay. Well, how would you define the double standard between men and women in an age gap relationship?
It's, you know, people have double standards for just about everything. I would say that people choose to look down on men if they date a younger woman, but if a younger woman has an older woman has a younger man, then they think it's cool, you know, or they're giving them high five.
It's more acceptable the guy is, because we live in a male dominated society, the view isn't always on the woman.
Right.
It's coming from the guy's perspective. So when the guy is younger, he's seen as cool and winning and, oh, you talk that old lady out her drawers.
I don't see it like that. I see it as like, oh, she an old nasty little woman. Like, I mean, depending on the age. But in the maturity level.
But then when they see it vice versa, if the man is old, then the man automatically becomes a pedophile.
Yep.
Or a sugar daddy.
Same thing.
And they don't be caught. Them is not the same thing.
Same thing. You want some candy? Here's some money. I'm just saying. Yeah, give me some sugar now. I'm just saying.
I need a sugar daddy that don't want no sugar.
You ain't gonna find it.
I'm lying.
You ain't got none.
They
lying.
They do.
I'm
These
lying.
older guys will want to date you and just be arm candy. Yes, ma'am. They don't want sugar because they have nothing to do with the sugar.
I ain't seen none. I ain't seen none of them.
Because they probably got to take Cialis and Viagra. And then if
you don't want no sugar, you ain't got to take none of that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
you ain't got to have no sugar with me.
That's if you get a sugar daddy that don't want no sugar, then he probably got ED.
That's fine. Because you don't want no sugar. That's fine. Just give me the money. I'm just saying.
Run up a check.
I told you. Keep me a trick.
I told you got to get rid of that trick. That's why you can't find that husband.
Oh, come on.
Come on, friend.
Let's go back to the script.
Friend.
And I'm going to tell you, I've learned all free money ain't good money.
That's
all
true.
Free money ain't good money. You heard me?
Yeah,
leave it
don't want it.
I
Or
don't
them
want
meals.
it.
Or them meals.
Meals, money, purses. No, you can have that.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Because I don't want those energies that are attached to it.
Yeah, very true.
So, Aunt Tonie, why don't you tell us about it's a little awkward calling her that.
Yeah.
But why don't you tell us about your experience with your age gap relationship? How long was it? When did it start? What's your experience?
It lasted, I would say, more than half of my life. Started, I was 16, and we were together until I was in my mid to late 40s.
So if you were 16, then he was 26?
Yes. He was.
Oh, wow, sound like that woman. Facebook. I say in Louisiana. Let me go look it up.
That happens a lot in Louisiana.
But it happens. I think it happens a lot all over. You know, people always use, even when I remember going through it, and it was like people would justify it and say, "Well, you know, well, your grandma was 13 and your grandfather was 40, you know, but that was common, but you know, years ago.
That old?
Yes, ma'am. You had like people, like just thinking about my grandparents, you know, the age gaps were there.
Yep.
You know, but it was a big age difference, but you know, I learned a lot from it, so I'm not going to be negative about it. But I wouldn't want to see a woman at the age of 16 doing what I did.
Okay. Why are age gap relationships more appealing to you? Do you think they are, or do you think this just like
do you prefer to date men that are older? And if so, then why is that appealing? Would they taco meat chest?
I seen some youngers with taco meat chest too. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's just their hair. It's just their hair. It's just their hair. It's just their hair.
I think dating older men, for me, I really haven't had a large dating pool.
Yeah.
I was married most of my life or with one person. But I have dated some guys that were older than I, and I enjoyed the time, you know. Their interests were similar to mine, although I was younger than them. We shared some of the same interests, but I did go on a date or two with a younger guy, not knowing he was that much younger, and I really liked him until I found out his age, and I was like, oh. No, sir.
I mean, Aaliyah said age ain't nothing but a number.
Well, she was also getting groomed by R. Kelly. So there's that part.
But we just referred to
Aaliyah was, not me.
Yeah, you just referred to the song. That's all, Fred. That's all.
Okay. Cool child.
But age for me is I have children. And
how many kids you got?
Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
I have children. I just didn't want to date someone that was younger than my children.
Yeah, you know? I understand that.
So a little awkward.
Yeah, younger than your children, because then they can be looking at your children.
Right.
Yeah, so I understand that. I mean, but
you know, that's vetting the people you bring around your family too. So if I wasn't comfortable with them, then, if I've seen any of those identifying indicators, should I say, I wouldn't
have them around your
have
kids.
them around them. Yeah. But you know, so for me, it doesn't. At this stage, though, it could be a little younger. But I don't want,
So your age range, about 45 to 65?
That's a good age range.
45 to 65 is good.
Yeah.
And again, it's
y'all can slide in her DMs though.
Slide in. We gonna give y'all the info.
We gonna get to you. We gonna. I'm gonna vet them DMs though. Know this.
It's not a dating show. We trying to reach some people, but if the right person came into my life, it could be within that range. So,
do you feel like age can hinder like with friendships too? Because like, what if his friends want to go out and I don't know, fish? Okay, yeah, and you like, no, I'm I'm trying to go to brunch. I'm not trying to go fishing with you. Or his friends are like a lot older and they want to do, their own little things. You think that would kind of hinder? Because I would be like, I do not want to go sit over here at this cigar bar every Saturday,
right?
Or sit down at the fish camp every Friday. I don't want to do that.
Fish camp?
I don't know. Whatever the old people do. I don't know.
What do old people do?
I don't know.
People, what y'all be doing?
I don't want to go to bingo every Tuesday.
I don't want to go to bingo myself, but I think I'm not really worried about a friendship. I think as you get older, you don't focus on those things. Mm-hmm. Probably me looking at it from a great auntie's perspective. As you get older, you're still going to know and identify who you are. Mm-hmm. So even if you get into a relationship or marriage, you're still two different people, but you're coming together. So he's going to do things that I may not want to partake in, and I'm going to do things that he may not want to be a part of. The thing is making sure that we have the most important things in common and that we're doing what's best. And that's going to empower each other. Mm-hmm. But if he wants to go fishing Saturday, go head on. I don't have a problem, and I want somebody who can, if I want to go and spend a week out the country. Okay, baby, here you
Same
go.
thing with a younger guy. If he want to go party every weekend and all that.
I date a guy that's partying though, because that's not the stage that I'm in, Yeah. So that's why I said from the beginning, it's depending on their maturity level. Mm-hmm. I've met some younger guys who are more mature than the older guys.
Me too.
Now that's the truth.
Now me too.
So therefore,
me too.
They trying to pray with you, worried about your soul more than your body. So it differs. So it's the type of, I would say, if you're in this stage and you haven't been in a place that you were single, allow yourself some time to be single. Remove all the energies that you've received from other people. Mm-hmm. That way you're not attracting the same type of person. And give yourself the opportunity to meet someone new, fresh, and that is in the place that you are.
Yes.
But them wanting to do stuff like that kind of stuff doesn't bother me because I want him to be as happy as I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
So if I ever get into another relationship, I don't foresee that to be a problem because my goal is to make him happy and I expect the same in return.
Okay, come on, Auntie.
But then I'm thinking here, the personal experience. If you have been in a relationship and you allow yourself that time to heal and release the bad energies and the negative spirits from the other relationships that you've been in, for me, it changed my perspective on the type of person that I should date, or the type of relationship that I should be in. Because when I reflect on certain things, I noticed that some of the relationships that I pursued and some of the people that pursued me were very materialistic. Mm-hmm. But I'm in a point right now where I'm super happy and that person isn't materialistic at all. Mm. So I think if you are, like, to your point, attracting the same type of person over and over again,
same outcome.
You gotta have the same outcome. Yep. You have to take the time to work on yourself, no matter your age or your partner's age, in order to seed into a healthy relationship.
Because you are the common denominator. Mm-hmm. So what you're bringing in, what you're attracting, and I had to realize that because you'll see yourself dating the same type of man, I never wanted for anything when I was married. I lived the ideal life. That's why I wouldn't go back and change anything because being in the world could have aged me. It could have killed me.
Yeah.
It could have put me in toxic situations. So being in that relationship somehow, I should say, preserved me. But I learned a lot from it. But you have to keep yourself open and not allow those same type of people to be a part of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hear people all the time saying, but that's your mom, or that's your brother, your sister. You know, mamas kill kids and children kill
That's
parents.
true.
And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so we have to be, you can't just put that label across the board on everything.
Just because it's labeled that type of relationship doesn't make it a healthy relationship.
Right, that's true.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true. With your past relationships and age gaps, what was some key factors that would help you in a relationship? Because every day is not a good day in a relationship. So sometimes they might make you feel like, oh, I'm older than you, so you got to listen to me. Or, you know, what are some key factor things that would help you through this relationship to become the person that you are now?
Not look for a father in a man.
And
lost my
men
dad.
don't look for a mother and a wife.
Right. I lost my dad when I was 21, and my dad and I had a very super close relationship. So I found myself just, wow, you know. So I think because I was dating an older guy, I tend to took that feeling that I had for my father and focus all that energy on him and looked for him to lead me in the way that a dad would lead a child, their daughter. And I think that's where the confusion came into place. Also, you know, women, we be hard praying, crying, ugly praying. God, just please let it be. This is the one for me. Ma'am, God revealed to me, I can't even tell you how many times that it wasn't, but I kept wanting to make it right. Listen to your instincts. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. It's just, you know these things. You know, we want people to be better than what they want from themselves. Yeah. And their best may be what's best for their life. It doesn't make it a negative thing, don't get me wrong, or make them a bad person, but your walk and your life is just not compatible to where they are. And it's okay. So you just have to be careful and be, conscious of those things. So those are things that I think about. Not getting in a relationship and trying to make a man. He's
can't raise a man.
Okay. No, come on, K. Michelle.
Y'all know I got to give y'all an ad lib too.
It's okay. But I agree with that. I think that's what's wrong with a lot of relationships now, whether it's age gap or not. Like a lot of women who didn't grow up with dads in their lives, they try to make the man like, okay, this is the father figure or the male figure that I need to, I got to show everything to him. So, to keep him.
And get his approval.
To keep him and make him happy or whatever. So I think that's a big problem. We have to, as women, we have to know ourselves, love ourselves, and be able to treat, the man as our equal, but as our partner. Like, you can't hold him up to some high standard to where.
And that's why it's important for you to identify to who you are, because we get so lost in other people.
Yeah.
So if we're not true to who we are, we're not sure who we are, then it's easy to get caught up into someone else. But most definitely, those are some of the indicators for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So when it comes to your age gap relationships and currently, if you were able to get into a relationship with someone else right now, would you consider children?
Oh my God.
Hallelujah.
At this big age?
What, like you talking about giving birth to a child?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If I was to remarry and my husband was financially able to take these eggs and allow somebody else to carry that baby, I would care for that baby just like I birthed it. It would be a part of me. But as for me going in pushing it, no, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be able to do it
at this big age.
If he wants this baby,
ma'am,
at this big age,
we the same age, and I'm over here like
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. I've already done it one time.
I did it twice, and I'm not no for a child because the thing about it is, as I look, if I got into a relationship now, the woman who I am is not the woman who I was. So it would be totally different as for my experience, you know. So I would be open to it. I'm not going to say no, but I would not actually deliver the baby. I'm not going to put my body through. No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm open to it. I'm open. Open.
Oh.
It changed from absolutely no, but to open.
And it's okay. I mean, kids are wonderful.
Just open. But he got to come with some coins.
Yeah. We like to cover that. Yeah.
All of it. I ain't working. I'm done working.
Stay at home mom.
Especially if I got to have it.
With a black card.
If I got to have it, I'm staying at home. I'm getting a pedicure every day.
Every day, friend.
Every day. What? Ling ling.
I don't think I'm even at right now. I'm okay if I didn't work full time, but I would have I took some time off after when I was going through my divorce, and oh my goodness, it was like it's only so much you can clean. There's only so many places you can go, and I was excited to get back out in the workforce. Definitely, even if I didn't have to work, I would figure out something like maybe volunteer somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Or it's so many young people, male and female, that actually need, someone to connect with them and to be able to, and that can relate to them. We have a lot of people that attempt to be in these roles, but they haven't been through anything. You know, a woman who didn't date older man can't communicate to a little girl who's struggling, who may be in an abusive relationship with an older man because she's looking to him as being her father. It's just like when you can communicate with them and hit those triggers.
Very
it's
true.
like, wow, been there, done that.
Bought the t-shirt.
Yeah. Use some of that, my life skills.
Yeah.
Use some life skills to seed back into the community.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely do that too. Like, even if I'm not in an age gap relationship, I would still do it, just for anybody who needed it. Yeah. So, for sure.
I don't know. I find myself where I am in life now, taking younger people under my wing with different things. And I've sat back and caught myself like, oh Lord, I'm mama and so at work.
That's why we the aunties. That's why we the aunties.
So that's really just what do you say? Living in my role as an auntie now.
Yes.
Because everybody don't have
an important role.
Yeah.
A very important role. You got to think about the people that gravitate to you.
True.
You can't even go to the grocery store. There's 30 people in here, but why me?
Yeah.
Look, main example. Yesterday, I was at the grocery store. Well, I was getting my nails done. And at first, me and my daughter, we had stopped at Jersey Mike's, and there was this guy, he was walking by, and my daughter, she was a teenager, so she'd be making fun of people. And she was like, why he over there talking to himself? What's going on? And he stopped in front of GameStop, and she was like, is he going to go in? Is he not? Is he going to go in? Is he not? And I was like, stop. And then she was like, not going to go in. And kept on going. I was like, stop it. So we went into Jersey Mike's, got our food, came on out. And he had went on down. So my nail shop is right down the street. Right down a little way from it. So I dropped her off at home and I came back to my nail appointment or whatever. And after my nail appointment, he was sitting outside of Kroger. And I was like, he gonna ask me for something. I already know. And he was like, ma'am, you got some spare change? And I was like, no, I don't have anything, but are you hungry? He told me what he wanted, went in the store, got it, came out. And I was like, oh, I thought you was going to be gone. And he was like, no, gave it to him. He was like, thank you, ma'am. And I was like, okay, don't thank me, thank God. And he was like, thank you, Lord. And then I walked off and I was like, you know what, Lord, why me? Why me? Why I have to get him the food? But I don't know what it was for or whatever, but it was me. Because he was still right there when I came back.
You noticed him. So that was the sign throughout the whole, it was your purpose. That was your mission. You left, came back, and it was still,
and he was still there,
still right there waiting.
Run that man a meal, please. That's
did.
what the Lord said.
I got him a lot of stuff too. I got him some peanut butter and jelly.
Come on
so
now.
He can have something for later on.
Some crap. That's a couple days, right?
That's a week. If you play it right, he had 2 sandwiches and some drinks, some chips. You got you some food. Now don't thank me, thank the Lord. I didn't have to do it. Anyways, that was off the topic. Anyway,
get a little too excited.
Okay. Any advice that you would give to people who have or that are in age gap relationships?
I would tell them to take a moment for themselves, actually get a journal, identify to who they are. Is this the right relationship? If it is, continue to invest time and effort in growing the relationship. Don't allow society to dictate or determine what's healthy or best for you. If it is, regardless of what age, if there's an age difference or not, if it's an abusive relationship, whether it's physical or mental,
or emotional,
seek help, get out of it. People don't realize there's so many opportunities out there to help families exit toxic relationships, whether it's male or female. They can literally create a new life for you. You deserve it.
Yes.
But like I said, from my personal experience, there has been a lot of good to learn from them. But just because you've learned, just like with any type of relationship, it doesn't mean that it's long term. Sometimes we outstay our season in those relationships. So if your season has ended and it's time for you to move on to your next chapter, exit with grace. Don't wait.
Come on now, exit with grace.
Okay, come on. And your edges.
See mine still
they still there. Tell them. Okay. Well, that was a great topic. Thank you so much for joining us on that. Because, we ain't had no age gap relationships. No. We just talked to them.
Yeah. I can't say that I've dove into anything 10 years difference. Biggest for me was 7 years. 8 years.
I think mine was about 5. But I do talk to guys that are like younger.
Yeah.
Younger. So.
Well, that's okay. It's where he's at again, maturity. I you know what? One of the things that I do pray and I ask God, I was like, I used to, but I don't think I need to anymore. But I would say, God, if you could give my daughter a man half as good as my son, she would be okay. I think we as moms, especially when you have sons, teaching them to be independent, how to care for their families, how to treat a woman is very important. So,
very important.
When I look at him, I get excited. So
yeah, he gonna make somebody a good husband.
I want her to be like, thank you.
Okay, because I'm over here learning how to say thank you for having this man in a whole nother language because his mama don't speak English.
Praise him. Well,
hallelujah.
All right, y'all. So this week's Auntie's Friends business is we like to play soft.
We like to soft play.
Oh, what I thought it was like we like to play soft.
No, her business is we like to soft play.
My bad.
And I know that business.
I know.
I know that business.
I thought it was we like to play soft.
We like to soft play.
My bad. We like to play soft. She is.
You did it again.
Did I?
We like to soft play.
It's because I keep reading it. We like to soft play. My bad. It's a luxury ball pit for toddlers and kids. They are based out of here in North Dallas. Affordable. They are Black owned. It's a family owned business too, and their son is the face of their company.
He's the tester.
Yes, he is the tester. You can find them at welikeToSoftPlay.com or on IG at welikeToSoftPlay. She does
doggy parties.
That's what I was just going to say. I was just going to say that she also does doggy parties, y'all. She is so cute, and she has the most humble spirit ever.
Yes,
so y'all reach out to her if you're looking for your little kitty or your little dog, a little luxury ball pit
party.
Y'all, she do them all. I saw a Freddy Krueger one.
Yeah,
she did
the carnival one was really cute.
Oh, that one was cute.
Yeah.
It was another one. Was it like Buzz Lightyear or something like that? She
yeah.
did some. It's so cute. So y'all hit her up on IG. Tell her the Aunties sent y'all.
Yep.
Let's do our social medias.
So our social medias, we are Aunties and Mimosas on IG, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, LinkedIn, and Reddit.
Yes.
All our link tree is in our bio on every social media platform. We do have links to merch through Printify.
Yes.
And what else?
Where can we find you, guys?
Oh, Lord.
We can find her on IG.
On IG, I do have IG. I think it's
Pure Heart of Love
72.
Hit me up.
On GA, on IG. And y'all hit her up. We gonna sort through them DMs.
First of all, don't not too much on the DMs though.
Leave her alone. We gonna sort through them DMs first. So just know. But thank you so much for being on the show. I know it was last minute, but
okay.
Thank you for so much.
Nothing
thank you
about
so much.
Last minute. It was on time.
We did it.
You did it.
Yes,
We appreciate you.
Well, y'all, I think that's the end of this show. Y'all tune in next week. We got Miss Keisha coming in.
Keisha.
So yes, y'all tune in. We got our drinks coming up on the show. So y'all make sure that y'all tune in for the show. I mean for the
Drink of the week.
Yes. New merch coming. Y'all. We
keep your eyes open. We got some things
keep them eyes open because we coming for y'all.
Cooking. Fall 2024 September, y'all gonna be like, ooh, them aunties doing it. Them aunties doing it.
Support us, y'all. We gonna support y'all too.
Yep.
But
Always.
All right, y'all. I think that's the end of this show. Thanks
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
I know you wanna get away, and you need time to yourself. Feeling so overwhelmed with problems, seems like nothing can solve it. Know you need a mental break. Well, come on and pull up a chair and have some fun with a couple friends just like you.